show me respect.
You like a bitch.
We have to end the uncertainty.
Either way, I own you.
Yes. And I repeat, the apocalypse.
We haven't even gotten started yet.
In the wind,
You don't get that glare out of your stare, boy. I'm gonna knock it off.
Hell in the Cell, I will end it for you.
A packed crowd from head to toe here in the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania. We are live here tonight for No Limits Wrestling Destruction. Tonight we will see a Viper try to be stopped, a last man standing matchup between two icons, and a match contested inside the deadly Hell in a Cell. This is Destruction and we are live here tonight on pay-per-view, and what a matchup to kick off the evening. It's Falls Count Anywhere, it's for the NLW Hardcore title, and here comes a challenger about to make his way to the ring, Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena. As always, a chorus of boos greets him as he comes out and does his usual thing, but tonight this isn't normal one-on-one matchup for Cena. Tonight Cena has his first opportunity ever at the NLW Hardcore Championship. Tonight he takes on the current champion Raven for the title. Cena has never competed for the Hardcore title before, but over the past couple of weeks, ever since the commissioner told him to make an impression, he did that. And the night after WrestleMania, by attacking this man, you hear the thunderous ovation he gets. Quote the Raven, nevermore, the Hardcore champion, about to make his way to the ring. It was the night after WrestleMania where Raven was attacked by John Cena. Cena then went on a verbal barrage of Raven, and over the past couple weeks has been really taunting him, attacking him from behind and whatnot. In fact, most occasions when Cena and Raven were fairly face to face, Cena was the one who cowered away. This past week, Cena tried to sneak attack Raven for a second time, however he got a nightstick to the skull for his troubles. Nevertheless, Raven, his second championship defense since WrestleMania. Raven won the Hardcore title to become a two-time Hardcore champion at WrestleMania. Tonight he defends it against John Cena. Can John Cena do what the commissioner said he could do? And look at Raven already. Already Raven is taunting Cena and a drop toe hold to Cena. Cena has never gone one-on-one with Raven before. First time ever matchup here between Cena and Raven. It kicks off Destruction here tonight, and it's for the NLW Hardcore Championship. Remember, Falls Count Anywhere, no disqualification and no count out. That's why Raven is getting the toys in the ring already. He's got that trash can and delivering it off the skull of Cena. Cena not been in many of these hardcore type matches. Raven has, so that's obviously got to play to his advantage. Nevertheless, Cena has been in more high profile matches of Raven recently, namely against Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. In fact, he defeated CM Punk a few weeks back, albeit with help from Randy Orton. We'll get to that later. But right now, Cena is beating up Raven, but here we go, oh my, chair shot, and driving the edge of that chair right into the forehead of Cena. Rolls out of the ring, but that's not going to be wise at all, because it's Falls Count Anywhere anyway. So even if Cena does go outside the ring, Raven can easily capitalize on it. And now look at the strength for Cena to drag those steps away, and now he's beating up Raven like it's no one's business. For someone who's been in so many hardcore matches, Cena doing well against Raven, despite the fact he's got not much hardcore experience. He's running up the steps. Oh God, that's going to be uncomfortable. Chair was set up One leg went one way, one leg went the other. In he goes stomach first into that chair, and now Raven collides with him at a thunderous pace. And now he's covered by Raven on the outside. Remember, Falls Count Anywhere in this hardcore matchup. Incredible matchup to kick off the night, where we will have still to come a last man standing matchup and a Hell in a Cell matchup. Kick it off with a hardcore title bout between Raven and Cena. First time ever here as Raven sends Cena off of the barricade and now again into the steel post. Brawling tactics working well for Cena. Was that a street sign? It looked that way. But Raven now back in the ring and he's on that trolley. And again the street sign off of the back of the skull. Cena has got to be careful if he's going to beat Raven, but Raven manages to move out of the way. Raven defeated the Big Show and Kevin Nash at WrestleMania to win that hardcore title. Defends it here tonight against Cena. What's he thinking? Rolls him on the trolley. Cena goes back first into the steel post. Raven very good at using all of his surroundings. Here's a cover. Hooked the leg well. But Cena managed to kick out. He knows he can use anything to his advantage. Anything as a weapon. Using that tray and oh my, he's on his shoulders now. Is Cena going to go for the attitude adjustment? The FU nail. Oh no. And again, Raven seems to have a counter for everything Cena has. Not often we see Cena on the back foot here. He's usually the one in control. But there's a bulldog by Raven. And maybe he's going to put this one away quickly. Oh, you don't think he's spreading the wings. Are we going to see a Raven effect on that trash can? But Cena reverses and rolls through. Here's a cover by Cena. Almost had him caught out, but not to be. Cena has that. Oh no, he's got that. Streaks on again. Oh, what a sickening thud to the head of Raven. The way he collided with the mat and the force of that shot sent him down. Now Cena, although he's not got much hardcore title experience, he seems to be doing well for himself. What's he doing? Sets him up and oh my. Now he has his head trapped in that trash can. But Raven with that tray, and listen to this crowd go ballistic, beating him up with that tray, right to the back of the skull. We've seen his head wedged in between that trash can, and now Raven, uncharacteristic of him, going to the top. Leg drop misses. Cena rolls out of the way. And now, oh here we go. Here we go, this is this move that infuriates the audience. Five knuckle shuffle connects. Cena now looking for the FU to Raven, and he's on his shoulders. He's on his Raven's shoulders, but there he is. He's hung up in the ropes. Raven managing to reverse that and a chair shot right to the face. Jeez, could have broken his nose with that shot, and now places the chair and a drop kick to his back. If Raven continues to attack the bridge of the back, maybe Cena won't be able to hit that FU later on in this matchup. Raven's in control, but for how long, maybe? Cena dives off the apron and goes on to Raven again. Another cover by Cena on the outside this time, and a kick out by Raven. Now wedging his head in between that stage and that door. Cena, oh my goodness, kicking the door right in the skull of Raven. Raven, an accomplished athlete, a former champion in many promotions, is the NLW Hardcore Champion in this company. He's held hardcore titles all over the world though. Cena has a mammoth task on his hands if he's going to try and defeat Raven, but if anybody can do it, it's Cena. But he's thrown back, and now he's sitting on that chair. Raven has him perched, but what is he planning here? This is uncharacteristic of oh my, but Cena's back up. Cena's back up. Oh god! Back of the skull right on that chair. But a kick out by Raven, and that could have been all right there. That is a match-ending move. Cena with the powerbomb onto that open chair and literally flattening it. Flattening steel. That is not where your head wants to be. Cena and Raven have travelled to the back apparently. But we have to take a look at this again. Look at this. Raven, the back of his head hitting that. Not only the concrete on the floor, but also the steel chair and flattening it with the powerbomb by Cena. And now they're in the backstage corridor. A lot of stuff to hit yourself on there. Raven and Cena brawling, and oh my, throwing that trash can at Raven, but it hits the Pepsi machine instead. Cena and Raven battling throughout the corridor in the backstage, and now Raven sending him off that ladder on the floor. This is not a wrestling environment, but then again, this is the hardcore title matchup. False count anywhere, no DQ, no count out. False count anywhere in the building, and Cena's going to take advantage of that at the moment. Still chair shot to the skull, covered by Cena in the back, and now they're leaving the corridor. I'm surprised nobody's seriously injured yet. They're bound to be at some point, but now they're travelling into is that an interview area? Looks as if it's like an interview area, and now Cena, and a back suplex through the table. Back suplex through the table, another cover by Cena, and another kick up by Raven, and it looks as if Cena and Raven, while brawling, have cut the power in that area. This is dangerous, but this is what the hardcore title means to both these men. That's what the hardcore title's about. Backstage brawling galore. Raven, after going through that table, is in trouble. He's catapulted into the ladder and the barrier there on the outside, and now, oh my, Cena looking for the FU on the concrete, but now Raven reverses, and the Raven effect on the concrete. If Raven can get the cover now, he's going to retain the title, but Cena luckily managed to roll away. Raven didn't react to that quick enough. Raven effect on the concrete dizzies him, and they're leaving the backstage, and apparently they're making their way back through the crowd here. This large capacity crowd on hand to witness this historic night where we will see Hell in the Cell, Last Man Standing and more. We're seeing an incredible opener for the hardcore title. And now Cena, oh, long blow. Remember, anything goes. Low blown by Cena, and now the STF. STF applied. Is he going to make Raven submit? Is Raven tapping out? The hardcore title slipping away ever so slowly. Cena has Raven fading, but that trash can lid off of the skull of Cena. And now Raven back up and spears him through the ropes. Raven, just as quickly as he seemed to be out of it, managing to spear Cena through the ropes. Now he's got him on that ring apron, and this is not looking good for Cena. The way he's, oh my goodness, he's held. And oh my god, the bridge to the back. That suplex on the concrete. Here's a cover, and another kick out by Cena. Raven now is wondering what he has to do. What more can he do? Well, there's one thing. Using the table to his advantage. He's already gone through a table as Raven. Now he's going to give Cena a taste of his own medicine. Cena is laid out flat on that table, and where's Raven? I think he's behind that set. Raven crawling behind that set, and oh my goodness. Raven climbing the set. He's spreading the wings now. I don't know how wise this is. This is dangerous, and Cena's back up. Oh my god. Cena back up. FU through the table. Look at the height from the top of the stage. FU through the table, cross to the cover. Oh my god. FU through the table, and we got a new hardcore champion. New hardcore champion crowned. John Cena has shocked the world. John Cena has just upended the hardcore legend that is Raven. He's played him at his own game, and to much of the audience's surprise, Cena is leaving the building with the hardcore championship. Raven is out cold. They battle throughout the arena, they battle throughout the ring area, and the suplex looked to have done it, but Raven climbing that stage, and then Cena got up, and this spelled the end for Raven. The FU right through the table, dragging him off of the top of that staging equipment, and John Cena picking up the victory in our opening contest. To the surprise of many, and certainly to the surprise of Raven. Look at Raven on the stage. Raven can't believe he's lost. I can't believe he's even standing, to be honest with you. Cena and Raven beat buckets out of each other. John Cena holds the title above his head. He is the new champion, and what an opener. What an extreme contest. Raven has been defeated. John Cena beats Raven in the first ever matchup between the two. John Cena is the new NLW Hardcore Champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you saw earlier on Metal, CM Punk was in the ring. He demanded to see Randy Orton at once, and eventually he went backstage to look for Randy Orton before. Later tonight, CM Punk is actually scheduled to compete against Randy Orton, but if you saw Metal, the hopes of CM Punk being medically cleared to compete have just decreased incredibly after an RKO on the backstage. Randy Orton beating up CM Punk on the Metal pre-show, on the Destruction pre-show nonetheless. And after several attacks, we didn't even know if CM Punk will be ready to compete here tonight. We will keep you updated throughout the evening, but there's a man, Mr. Anderson, later on tonight. He will go one-on-one with Kurt Angle. It's a matter of pride, it's a matter of dignity. Mr. Anderson is looking to make a name for himself in this company, and he does that by challenging Kurt Angle in the next part. In the next part of Destruction, part 2, next week, Mr. Anderson will go one-on-one with Kurt Angle. Mr. Anderson looks to make a name for himself against the Olympic gold medalist. And that's not the only matchup that's happening next week. In part 2 also, it is the submission match for the Intercontinental title. Another championship match on the cards for Benoit. Chris Benoit puts the title on the line against Chris Jericho. Intercontinental title on the line, Benoit v Jericho in a submission match next week.